Hi there, I'm Holly and I'm an Adult Dual-Credit College Advisor here at Seneca College. Today I'm going to show you how to use a really awesome tool that's free for all students that will help you figure out what kind of career is best suited to your personality. It's called Career Cruising, and I remember using this back in high school when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life and career. Let's get started. These are the things that you need to do in order to get your career assessment. Let's start with number 1. Access the following link through Seneca College. You'll find yourself at this page. Agree to the usage policies and click on this link to proceed to Career Cruising. The next thing that you have to do is log into your Seneca account. Type in your Seneca username, which will be the first half of your email address. Notice how I didn't enter the entire address, only my username. You also need a password. If you're having trouble with this step, then you should contact tech support or the admin team. Oh, so it was incorrect. You have to make sure that you know the password. Now you'll be at the Career Cruising main page, but you won't have an account yet, so you'll have to create one. Go here, expand the menu, and go to Create My Plan. You'll fill out this information here. Enter your first name, enter your last name, your level of education, and enter an email address. I recommend using a personal email address so that you can access this report even once you are graduated from Seneca in the future. You'll also have to choose a username. Make sure that you keep note of it so that you don't forget. I noticed that this page is incredibly buggy, so I have to enter my username and password on Career Cruising quite often. You choose a password and you create a plan. Once you have your account created, you can log in here to your plan. So you enter your username and your password. This is what the main page will look like. So now we've completed everything up until step 3. You should have a Career Cruising My Plan account at this point. Now we're ready to do the assessments. I'll show you how that works. Here we are back at the main Career Cruising page. In order to do the assessments, you click here on Assessments, and there are 2 options. You might be interested in finding out what your learning style is. That will help you better understand how you should be studying, how you learn and retain information, etc. If that appeals to you, you might wish to do this learning styles inventory. But that's not the main thing that I wanted to show you today. What you really are interested in for the career assessment is this Matchmaker and My Skills. So go to Start Matchmaker. And how it works is you will be asked 39 questions. You want to read each question carefully and really think about the relevance of the statement to you, whether you like the particular skill or task that they're talking about, and try to really dig deep. See if you can come up with examples that support the fact that you like it very much, or examples that may contradict the fact that you dislike it very much. To get started, you want to label your career assessment. So just for today, I'm going to call this one test. You can label it yours however you wish and click Start Now. All right, so my first question is, how would you like a career which includes working with children? There was a point in time where this really appealed to me. At one point, I wanted to be a primary school teacher. As time goes on, though, now that I have a child and I've experienced working with adults, I'm not sure whether I like it a lot or dislike it a lot. I don't mind working with children. That's fine, but I know I prefer to teach adults. So I'm going to click Does Not Matter. How would I like a career which includes working outdoors in any weather? I know this one for sure. I am not an outside person. I know already I wouldn't like a job that involved this, so I dislike that very much. How would you like a career which includes being interested in using history? History wasn't one of my favorite subjects growing up. So I'm tempted to say dislike very much. However, as a researcher, part of what I do is read other people's studies, which could involve historical methods. Not a huge fan of history though, so I'm going to go with dislike on this. Working in an office. Well, I definitely don't like working outside, so I'm not sure what my options are here. It would depend on the office. I think I like it, but it would depend on the specific situation. Selling or encouraging sales. I remember when I worked at the mall in high school. Was not a fan of that. But it isn't the worst thing ever. So I'm going to go dislike on this. Learning new hands-on skills. Well, I know that my learning inventory identified me as a hands-on learner. I enjoy doing some hands-on things, but I'm not convinced either way, so I'm going to go does not matter. Okay, now this is more specific. Doing hands-on work that doesn't need new skills. You can also look at this more info here on the side. So they're saying that this means using your hands in jobs that could involve cleaning, packing, operating machines, preparing food, lifting and carrying. None of that appeals to me. So I'm going to go dislike very much. So here I am on the last question of this set. How would I like a career which includes driving vehicles? So I enjoy driving in my personal time, but I'm not sure I would enjoy that as part of a job. So I'm going to say dislike very much. And here we are with my results. It's important that you check the level of education that you want to receive. So if you are willing to attend university to achieve your desired career, then you should click all three options. You'll see if I decide, okay, I only want to go to college, then I uncheck university and I can update my results. Maybe I don't want to go to college. Then the results will change. So think about the highest level of education that you'd be willing to pursue and make sure that that is filled out. If you want to have a better, more accurate representation of careers that are suitable for you, what you should do is answer more questions. So you go here to improve my results, answer more questions, and you'll have about 40 more questions. I really recommend that you do this because as you answer these things, the program will be better able to identify jobs or careers that will be suitable for you. So again, using a second language. I like languages. I enjoy learning languages. But at this point, I don't think that it's realistic that I could learn a language well enough to use it at work. So I'm going to go dislike. And again, you just answer the questions to the best of your ability. So I did the next set of questions, and you can see that the results are now a bit different. Again, I really recommend that you complete all 116 questions. So we're going to go back to answer more questions, but you can also review some of your answers if you wish, and you can change them. Maybe a new question came up and you thought, okay, I wished that I had answered something else differently. So maybe I'm thinking now, you know what, I really like working in an office, or it's another one. Maybe I really don't want to have a job where I use a second language. So I can save an update, and maybe it will change the results, maybe it won't, but I'm going to answer more questions. Once you've completed all 116 questions, you'll be brought back to your test results. You will know that you've completed all the questions because the bar will be fully green here on the left. I have one more suggestion for you. There's an additional assessment here called My Skills. What this will do is allow you to rate your level of skill in 45 areas to see how the skills you currently have match up with careers that you're interested. So how this works is you're going to rate each item according to this scale. Either you're highly skilled, you are skilled, you have some skill, you don't have this skill, or you can't answer this, maybe because you don't have experience with the skill. So using your hands in a skillful way. So this could be using tools or instruments, maybe for carpentry, food prep, sewing, plumbing, painting. So I have some skill. Doing small and detailed tasks. I don't feel I have that skill. Pairing things, no. So I have some skill setting up equipment. Since I'm an instructor, explaining, that would be something I am highly skilled at. So I'm going to click the top. Presenting. Well, I hope you like this presentation. Listening, I am skilled, but I would say that I'm a better presenter than a listener. I'm going to click I am skilled. And then you just complete the 45 questions. Once you reach the 45th question, just answer it. So I'm a skilled driver, and then it will bring you back to your test results. So for the purposes of this video, I had just rushed through several of the questions that we didn't see, just so that I could show you how this works. I'm going to show you my test results from when I did the assessment properly. If you leave the page and come back to it at any point, you can just click on assessments. And matchmaker and my skills. View all matches. So when I had done this a few years ago, these were the careers that I was matched with. And I found this very interesting, especially because I am doing nearly all of these things now. So the number one choice was career counselor. And what do you know? It's funny that I'm making this video for you right now. Professor, that is what ended up being my main goal in university. And I am teaching several classes right now. So it's cool that it highlighted that for me. Genetic counselor. Now this one's interesting because the research that I do as a PhD student is with a rare genetic disorder group. So it's interesting that it highlighted that. Adult education teacher. I teach for the dual credit program at King Campus. So it's cool that that was highlighted as well. Bioethicist. So a lot of the research that I do has forced me to try to understand different healthcare procedures and different aspects of rare disease. So I'm not surprised that that's there either. Scientist, computer trainer, curriculum specialist. So these are all things that relate to the career that I have now. And this is why I really recommend this career assessment tool. I know for me in high school, it really helped me to hone in on what things were that interested me. And at that point, psychology was highlighted as one of my top picks, and career cruising ended up being a major influence in the program that I chose when I went to York University. Once you have a list of ideal matches, what you're going to want to do is start exploring what these careers are all about. So maybe I want to find out more about being a genetic counselor. So I can click on that link, and it's going to provide a summary about how I was matched with the career. You can look at a glance to find out about what the job is like. It's going to list the level of education, a range of earnings that you could expect, and some of the things that you might be doing on the job. You might want to look at a more in-depth job description. There'll be interviews from people who have these jobs. You can learn about working conditions. You might want to learn more about earnings. So this can be helpful if you want to know what rate of pay you might start out at and what you can expect to work towards. You can look at the education path in more detail. So it's going to list here some related college and university programs, and you're going to want to keep these things in mind because when you click on these programs, it's going to tell you all of the schools that offer it. And you're also going to want to know what high school subjects you'll need to take to be admitted into those programs. You can look at the sample career path and some other related careers. Maybe there's some things here that you didn't know were an option. You can check out these things and read more about them as well. Maybe I've decided that, okay, I'm going to keep this in mind. I can save it to my plan by clicking here. And if I go to my plan, I can see under my saved careers some of the things that I was interested in doing. I go back to education. Maybe I want to see what places offer a psychology program. And maybe I'm interested in staying in Ontario, and eventually I want to do a doctoral degree. I can check out York University, and I can save the school to my plan as well. So this is just a really nice way of gathering information, storing things for yourself. It really helps for you to keep lists of things that you can come back to, so you can spend some time thinking about it, exploring new options. And I know as a high school student, I found this to be incredibly helpful. And here we are several years later, and I completed the program that I was interested in, and ended up having a career that I really enjoy. And I hope that happens for you too. I hope you've enjoyed learning how to use career cruising with me. My email is listed here on this page, holly.clayton@senecacollege.ca. If you are a student in the Adult Dual-Credit program, you can email me to book an advising appointment. I encourage you to save your login information for future browsing sessions and book an advising appointment with me as soon as possible so you can plan your college applications. You can also make multiple appointments with me to help narrow down program choices. And we'll be having another career cruising workshop where I can show you how to narrow down program choices, how to seek out more information on the schools that you're interested in. And as a final reminder, if you are one of my advising students, don't submit your application before meeting with me so that I can apply the $95 application voucher to your application. Thanks for watching my video, and I'm looking forward to advising you this year. Have a good one. Bye.